What's up, everybody? We are back in Pembroke, North Carolina. A great week in Florida. We got some great content for you guys, so wait and check that out. But today we are in the Jones Athlete Weight Room. We got a very special guest today. We got Noah here. He's gonna be talking to you guys about being a strength coach for yours truly, UNC Wrestling, and he's gonna give you guys a little insight on strength conditioning. And for some of you guys that are aspiring to be a strength coach, this man's gonna drop some knowledge on you guys, so you guys can, also at the end we're gonna drop his all this good stuff that you guys can reach out to. So his tags, his handles, and whatnot. So without further ado, I want to introduce Noah, UNC Wrestling strength coach, and he'll tell you guys what else he does.
All right, appreciate that intro. My name is Noah Evington. I grew up in this area. I work with several teams at UNCP, and it's just a blessing to be here because it's really local, and I get to be around a lot of the same people I was around growing up. So it's been pretty comfortable here first.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, Coach, give us a little background on your athletic upbringing.
All right, so I grew up playing multiple sports. When I got to high school, I was playing basketball, baseball, and I was running cross country. Eventually, I went into baseball because that's where I saw the most success. Thought I might be able to play in college. So I eventually did end up playing in college. I've come from a line of athletes. My cousin played football out here. My sister is currently on the women's basketball team out here. Shout out Natalie. Oof. And yeah,
we might have to ask Natalie who's the better ball player is.
Don't ask that.
All right, she's a bucket. That's all I'm gonna say. She's a bucket. But anyway, so I guess give us a little insight on having that background of playing a lot of sports. And I mean, as a college coach, I love athletes that don't specialize early. So tell the people how having dabbled in all those sports growing up has helped you in your journey as a strength conditioning coach.
Right. So I definitely agree with you in the fact that I don't necessarily like early specialization. I think athletes should be playing as many sports as they can growing up because you learn a lot of different movement qualities early, and that transfers well to the weight room, coordination, everything like that. And I just think being an athlete and then coming into the college setting, I'm able to connect with the athletes a little bit more, especially since I haven't been out of it long. I kind of know how they're feeling. I continue to train like an athlete for that reason. Put myself in their shoes, so I know how they're feeling on a day-to-day basis, kind of what's going on mentally and physically. But I think the hard work and consistency qualities definitely come from playing sports growing up, playing multiple sports. So it's a good intro to college for sure.
Cool. Now, at what point in during your playing days, did you feel like, man, as I'm transitioning out of being an athlete, this would be something that you could see yourself doing and having success, the success that you've already had?
Well, when I was in college, my sophomore year, I kind of started to realize that I liked the weight room more than baseball itself. And I don't think, athletes try not to fall into that, especially if you want to play at an even higher level one day. I should have been practicing the skill more because that's more important, but I just fell in love with the weight room early. I saw the progress. I started posting progress, and then I had athletes on the team and athletes a couple other places hitting me up wanting programs. And that's kind of just how I saw the love for it. I love the progression of it all.
Right. So, hey, again, like I said, we're going to post his man handles. If you want to purchase a program, he got you. He got you. All right. That's awesome, man. So your goals for strength and conditioning, obviously right now you're an assistant, and I think it's great to get experience, work with somebody that can kind of help lead you along the way. What are your goals the next 3 to 5 years for yourself?
So the next 3 to 5 years, if I remain here, hopefully I will. We're currently working on a full-time role, and I hope that comes through.
Me too.
But effective this year, I'll be assistant director of nutrition, which is something I just wanted to add. There's so many ways you continue to learn. So I think my goals here is continue to, just learn as much as I can, soak up knowledge, get better at the things people don't think about as often, like nutrition, learning more about recovery. And things like that.
That's awesome, man. That's a great way, man. I mean, that's in any higher education profession, always trying to get better at what you currently know, because what science is changing. We're learning more and more every day, especially in college athletics, where you turn around, you sleep too long, the game has passed you by,
Right.
and you're behind. Your athletes are behind. So we appreciate you, taking the initiative to just get something better on the other end. So now we can say, hey, I don't know, go ask Coach Noah.
Absolutely.
So what other team do you work with outside of obviously yours truly, UNCP Wrestling?
Okay, so I have worked with swim, women's swim, wrestling. Well, outside of wrestling, women's basketball. I'm missing a couple. Soccer, women's soccer.
Yep.
Missing one more. And I did work with volleyball as well. I dropped a couple of those teams this year because they've kind of combined my role. So I'm giving up a couple teams to Coach Minnie, our head guy, and then I'll be working with those a few more of those teams. So
yeah, that's awesome, man. You got a chance to see an array of teams and very early in your profession, so in your career. So what do you think a young athlete, maybe high school, middle school athlete, is looking to, I guess, get a leg up? I don't even want to say get a leg up, but just get involved with strength conditioning. What are some advice would you have for them at an early age?
I would say to focus on the small things first. Like, we shouldn't be putting a load on an athlete's back really early on, but they can be pushing heavy things, carrying heavy things, sprinting. Because I mean, until they hit puberty or hit that certain age, their muscles and tendons aren't fully developed. So you can sprint them a lot, jump them a lot, have them carrying heavy objects, and focus on getting the movements right, squat patterns, pressing patterns, all of that. So when they get in the weight room, I mean, they're already so far ahead of everybody else.
Right. So a lot of those things that we were doing back in the day that we didn't know we were doing in the streets, on the field,
Absolutely,
that would help them develop those muscles and those body parts.
Right.
Now it gets like, again, I guess that's good for you, right? People are gonna come to you, ask your opinion on those, and again, make it worth your while. Coach, so obviously we're in here in the weight room, where you do a lot of your work, and across the street at the field house. What are some of the things we have in here that you can talk about a little bit? Some of the different modalities that your athletes get a chance to enjoy, and how explain some of the things you talked about with the young athletes. What are some of the things they can use in here where they're not load bearing, so to speak?
Right. So something that would be great for a younger athlete is if they were just doing something like a farmer's carry. You could even do it with the trap bar, just picking up some weight on here and walking down. We got the sleds over here, really good for young athletes because they can load it up. You can honestly load that up heavy and it's not going to bother them too bad.
Yeah.
They can push, pull. That would be really good for them. And then we got all this space. Medicine balls, those are great for them to be using, working on explosiveness early, jumping, sprinting. We got the turf in here.
Yeah.
So, you can mix it up a ton of ways without putting load on the back, load on the spine, and causing injury too early.
Yeah. So one of the other things I enjoy watching and following you is I see you and your sister, and I think it's your cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are always out there getting it. And if, like I said, we'll put this guy's handles in there. If you guys get a chance, go follow his page. He's got a lot of great content on there. A lot of things he talked about. As a strength coach, why is that important for you to be actively involved in? I'm sure it helps you program as well.
Right.
Involving in, I guess, helping your sister, because anything we do as human beings is always fun to do with someone else. Why is it important to stay active and stay involved in just, again?
I think I looked at it this summer working with my sister all summer because athletes aren't required to stay, but I knew she was going to be around. I knew it would be an opportunity for us to get a lot of work in. So I actually called her my test subject this summer. She thought that was funny, but it was just an opportunity for us to test out different methods, see what was working, see what wasn't working. And I continue to test those things on myself as well.
Yeah.
So I train with her for that reason. She's like, oh, I'm feeling this today. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling the same thing. Maybe we could have scaled back a little bit, pushed a little harder. So just putting yourself in the mind of the athlete.
Man, that's awesome.
Why I do it.
That's awesome. That's bright, man. That's a rising star. That's a rising star for you ADs out there. Hopefully we get to keep him around a little bit longer.
Right.
4 to 5 years. I don't know. But yeah, so I really, like I said, I really enjoy watching your socials and seeing you. And even when you guys went on a mission, you found a hill, and this guy is out serving. He's able to find a hill, and they're out there getting after it. And I'm like, wait a minute, when did we get a hill in Pembroke? And he's like, nah, we were in West Virginia. And I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
But so I guess I'm gonna ask you one more thing, Coach.
Okay.
Since we have a lot of athletes in all our sports that weren't here, what's some advice that you would give to an athlete that's not able to be on that campus, to still take advantage of the strength program in 2025 where everything is digital and all of our programs are online?
Right.
How would you best advise college athletes, high school athletes, middle school athletes to keep their body ready so when they get back to school, especially the fall athletes, that they're not that far behind where they can risk injury?
Right. I know gym memberships or this day and age aren't super affordable, but if you have a quality gym near you, whatever you can do to get in there, you should get in there. With that being said, like on my recent post we just talked about, there's always a field of grass. There's always something heavy you can pick up. Go out and sprint, do some loaded carries, jump around some, and you're gonna be able to get a good enough stimulus where you're not gonna be too far behind coming back.
Right.
Like make something out of nothing. They told me when I was at my internship at Elon, I was telling them, like, we don't have this equipment there. We don't have this and that, this technology that you use. And the guy was just like, we didn't have any of that stuff you have at UNCP when I first started. Just you gotta make do. He was like, you don't have a vertical mat, jump up, touch as high as you can, put some chalk on your hand, mark it off, do what you got to do. So.
Oh, man, that's smart. That's smart. Right. Y'all just got a little bit of nugget there. It's up to you to use it or lose it. All right, Coach. Right. We're towards the end here, man. I can't think of anything else. Is there anything else you want to add? And if there isn't, where can people find you on social? If you want to drop your email in, you can. But I guess just let the people know where they can find you, man.
Okay, so Noah Jacobs _ is going to be my Instagram. That's where I post most of my stuff. I'm not on Twitter or anything like that, but I'm mostly going to be involved in Instagram.
Okay, Facebook, or is that for old people?
I'm on the fence about that one.
Man, so he just called me old. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's all right. I'll take it. That's what the old folks go in there to get our information. But right. Coach, we appreciate you being on the show today. Hey, you guys gonna get a gem out of this for you young athletes, parents of young athletes. Guys, go ahead and hit his DM up if you want programs. Or if you just want to pick his brain on things like that. He's an open book. Absolutely. And he would love to help you guys out in any way he can. And we appreciate you, Coach, coming on for the knowledge. Coach. Looking forward to this episode dropping. Again, that's another hot episode of OT with OT. We are out.
Stay tuned.